So here we go again. You're watching this video, me being amazed by anyone here gives me a slight confidence, so thank you. I mean, this is the most that anyone has listened to me talk, especially to myself. So like always, I will ask Nick about the game he's playing and we'll get some hopefully good insight on the game. Nick? Alright, so this week is Celeste. Now, I know very little about the plot of this game because I've only seen it in speedruns, which kind of inspired me to do it because it looked pretty cool. So thank you, speedruns and AGDQ and SGDQ for giving me this whole kind of idea to play this game. Yeah, so I have no idea anything about this game. It looks like, from what I've seen, like a platformer, and you gain different abilities as time goes on. But that's really about it. I don't know anything else, so we will come back and maybe I'll be able to speedrun it. Speedrun it? After one playthrough? Don't you think you're setting the bar a little high for yourself? You aren't going to be that good at the game immediately. But so Celeste is a game that was released in January of 2018 and instantly became a popular game. It has some huge themes which, Nick might cover later, but if he doesn't, I will. It's a platformer with some really cool mechanics that really give it a hook that draw people into it. Now let's see if he's any closer to that speedrun. Nick? So Celeste is a painful game. By that I mean that it is a lot of deaths. I mean, let's just look at this. Like, you have this little book, and it doesn't show us your progress, and you're like, oh, look at all these cool things. You can collect strawberries, and that's the number of deaths. And that last level, I have 342 deaths, and it took me over an hour to complete. And the game, you can feel, is really meant for speedrunners. I mean, this is literally a page about speedrunning. So they go and talk about how fast you can go through it, the fewest deaths, and you get these crystal hearts and all these things like that. And it's a grueling game, but it's a lot of fun, and the story is pretty cool. It's one of my favorite stories in a game in a long time. You seem a little stressed out from the game. Maybe it's too much to handle? I mean, who would like a game that you called painful? I mean, anyone who likes platformers, anyone who likes a good game to do speedrunning in, anyone who likes a good story, really everyone would like this game. That's what I would say. Well, since you're saying that anyone should go and play this game and anyone would like it, you probably have some advice for people who aren't usually used to these sorts of platformers. Take it slow. I mean, you gotta figure out the jumps, figure out the pattern to it all, and there is a way to go and do it. In the later levels, there is a system behind it that you have to go through, especially on the summit, that it kind of puts all the skills that you've learned so far to the test. And so it's definitely something to go and practice, and if you die a lot like I did, it happens. So yeah. Say you got to the end of the game. Do you think you're done? I mean, is there any sort of replayability to this game? So do I think there's a lot of replayability to this? Well, absolutely. I mean, you have, outside of, wanting to get a better time for your speed run, you have what they call the B side of a cassette, and then you have the I do believe there's a C side as well. So doing all of those is really, big. And so you guys unlock them and then go through them. And so there's definitely a lot of replayability to the game. Well, that's good to know. Not to bring up earlier things, but you did say you would speedrun the game. So any chance we could see that? Okay, so at the end of the game, you're supposed to, this core level that you can go into, but you need to get the crystal hearts in order to be able to go and unlock it, and I have yet to do that because the crystal hearts are hidden. So we're going to see if I can go through and find the crystal hearts. So we're going to go through and watch me attempt to not die while I go and do this. So let's see how that turns out. We're going to jump, going to run, going to climb, going to do everything in our limited abilities right now to okay. Let's find out how much I've learned over the course of playing this game. Already got that one. Let's find out. Nope. That one was going to happen. As soon as I jumped on that, I was like, nope. Okay, hi Theo. He's kind of important to the plot later. We'll get back to him. He's not that important right now. So, don't mind him. Okay. So it's over here. When I jump, I go that, do this to protect myself, do this, do that, fall, go here, there. That's what you're always talking about in speedrunning. You're like, oh, look at all these different motions that you have to go and do. Wow. Then there's these birds, and the crystal heart is here. So the pattern is white, purple, blue, red, purple, yellow. And then the birds go a different angle, and you have to go and match what the birds do. So I'm going to go take care of that. Celeste is an interesting game. I mean, you have its basic idea of platforming with these mechanics and everything going on there, and this whole idea of conquering a mountain and fighting a part of yourself and overcoming it to join together. But the message behind it, behind all of that, I think is very important. It's something that needs to be talked about in general because it's talking about facing yourself. I mean, the Madeline comes into a part of herself and she has to fight herself to be able to become stronger. It's really what it is. Once she accepts herself and stops fighting and stops trying to remove it, she becomes a stronger person, and that part of herself is trying to protect her, but at the same time that quote protecting is what's stopping it. It's the fear that stops people from going and doing things that they want to go and do, that they want to achieve, the goals that they want to go and reach. And so the mountain is both figurative and literal in this sense, because you have to overcome this huge mountain in order to really get past the fear. They always say it's a hurdle, but it's treated like a mountain. I mean, the character has depression and has to deal with this anxiety that sits inside, and it's a very real issue. And I think it's fantastic that a game is bringing this up and talking about it. I think it's very important. I think it's very prevalent. I think it's mind-blowing that it's in a game and it's done so well that I'm not seeing an issue with it. And that's why this game was fantastic. That besides being just mechanically a fantastic game and story-wise it's a fantastic game, the message that it's trying to go and show and successfully portray is brilliant, and it's just breathtaking. I absolutely love it. I love every single bit of this game. It's amazing. So yeah, see you next week.